and I post a transcript of words Shawn Ryan has said. Here's what he said. Here's what he's admitted to. Here's who he is. Here's who I can hypothesize that he still is and what he's trying to push, and that you can't trust him. People are going, source? Where did you get this information from? What's your source? Here's the transcript. Source? Seems like you're spreading lies about this guy. What's going on? He said it. It's not a conspiracy. He said it. He said it. I didn't have to do the digging. These people tell you who they are, and it's all in plain sight now. They tell you.
My chain. My chain.
This is something I just started following.
What do we got here?
Because Shawn Ryan is the new op.
Star alignment.
So
good.
this
Good,
is a
good.
guy. So this guy's name was Chris Bledsoe, and he did the Shawn Ryan show. And for months they didn't put it out, and they said what happened on the episode that they didn't put out the Chris Bledsoe. Like even Shawn Ryan. And then he put out this episode, and the title of it is something like "We didn't censor this episode," but they released it way later. And in it, Chris Bledsoe is doing this new op thing that people are doing where they're aligning Christianity and UFO alien stuff. That's the new synthesis of schizophrenic stuff they're rolling out. And people don't know if they're rolling it out in this way very slowly, because if they came out tomorrow and said, hey, man, aliens are real, the economy tanks, the world descends into chaos, money gets fucked up. So the theory is they're kind of slowly trickle-truthing us here by making this intertwined with religion and the military and everything else. And they're slowly just going to let things kind of come through, have more and more UFO sightings, whether they're real or fake or whatever, till eventually 50 years from now, they'll be like, oh, by the way, aliens are real and we're not alone in this universe. So this is what this guy Chris Bledsoe is saying about the return of Christ and aliens. Here we go.
Exact alignment will happen in 2026 at Easter.
What will happen?
The star will, the alignment she told me about.
Hold on. Sorry. I fucked it up.
His brother was a hell of a quarterback.
Exact alignment will happen in 2026 at Easter.
What will happen?
The star
Shawn Ryan's
will,
such a
the
joke.
alignment she told me about.
Fucking drug trafficker, by the way.
I've only
He's a fucking piece of shit.
I've only seen like a clip of him. I don't
Out
know anything
that
about
the
this dude.
star of Regulus would be on the horizon in front of the Sphinx. At that moment,
Sphinx.
there'd be a new knowledge. Well, I had no idea if this was even possible, But these astronomers run it through the machines, and it comes out that star is going to come up on the horizon in Easter of 2026. And from that point forward, they started remote viewing the state. Government did.
Mm-hmm.
And now you hear it all over TV. 2026, that's the big date. 2027, that year, something's going to happen. Armageddon, you hear it all over. You hear it on TV. If you study, like I've heard even. Well, I won't say names, but
Please do.
well, Lou Elizondo, right? Lou's mentioned that date. A lot of people have.
Easter 2026.
Well, the year 2026. I gave him the specific time. And it was with Robert Grant that I told him about this alignment and all. And then he's like, oh my God. He's been looking for this ruby. This little ruby you have to find.
fucking
and place
Indiana
it between
Jones
the
movie?
pauses.
So, dude, so what these guys are doing, they are obsessed with the Ark of the Covenant and everything else, but these guys are their whole stuff right now. So there's a big theory. This is very good. They think Satanists are trying to reenact the Book of Revelation to trick the devil into coming back. So then Christ returns.
Mm-hmm.
So then there's a whole, like, they're tricking the devil, and then Christ then is also tricked into coming back because only God knows the hour or whatever. So they're trying to like recreate the conditions of Revelation in the Bible, and that's all the tech oligarchs and all this stuff is intertwined. Like QAnon is like so in the rear view.
Mm-hmm. It's over.
I really don't. It's hard to understand what's going on right now, and there's a lot of channels doing UFO stuff. There's tons of UFO sightings.
Mm-hmm.
Shawn Ryan is one of these guys that's having tons of UFO people on.
Yeah, he found a
As well.
110-year-old man that can barely talk.
Yeah, Chris Bledsoe.
Yeah. I mean, it would be great if he got replaced by Tom Brady as well. But
Yeah, there's a lot of whistleblowers now, by the way. Like there was I forget his name, that he was the first whistleblower, and now there's been like 2,000 plus people that have come forward and been like, yeah, I was a government employee. I know about aliens, UFOs. I wasn't allowed to talk about it.
for now, they let me talk about it.
But now I'm gay.
Yeah. Now I'm Chelsea Manning. Is that one of their names? Right? Folks?
The folks.
Edward Snowden, Chelsea Manning.
The replies to this stuff is so good. There's so many of these
Red
guys.
Panda Koala.
And they titled it The Episode We Never Censored.
Fuck.
Chris Bledsoe is a UFO encounter claimant. This is him. Holy fuck, Shawn Ryan got to the bottom of it.
Chris Blood.
Why is his
so
intro
funny.
like a like
if you
it's
look
like
into
a,
Shawn Ryan at all, you understand that he ran drugs in Central America or I forget where it was, South America, for years. He was a drug trafficker.
he worked for Pepsi.
Yep, he's a Pepsi man.
So,
He
but
loves
he's
Sierra Mist.
Are those, first of all, I think he has lifts in his shoes. But is he's like he's not one of the guys that thinks he killed Bin Laden, right?
I'm not. I don't think so. I don't
No,
think he will.
He's too old.
Yeah.
There's no way. There's no way.
I don't think there's a way.
I don't think there's no
So,
way.
welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Sean.
I
mean,
can't.
he does have people on who are like war criminals, and they just start crying and talk about how they like cut kids' heads off in like Afghanistan.
Every time I close my eyes, I think about how that kid didn't have to pick up that rock, but he picked up the rock and I shot him.
And it's 5 hours of that.
Wait to dive into what we're about to talk about. But so, got to give Sean Webb.
CEO of Vigilance Elite, former Navy SEAL, former CIA contractor. It should under that say former drug trafficker, piece of shit.
Current
Credit
cunt.
again. He has introduced me to some of the most fascinating people that I've ever met, and just a great human being. I love Sean. And also, I was with Brandon Fugel about a month ago, and went and toured.
So this is the part
so-
where he starts talking about Jesus too. And again, this you need to remember the UFO stuff and Catholicism and Christ returning. All of this stuff is now forever linked. This is going to be inseparable because they're going to say like maybe angels are aliens, and also so in the future too, like people are predicting that they'll be able to have like holograms like appear in the sky that are like alien angels that tell people like, oh, actually the new world order is great and we are all one and we should all come together. So then they can dismantle everything and like Klaus Schwab stuff and have like one currency you don't have and everything else.
They just recycled the Tupac hologram. It's up there in the sky.
Yeah, it's just Tupac being like, yo, what's up? I'm Jesus Christ.
Have you read?
It's all one love.
Have these people read Revelations? Because I want to see some more interesting shit happening. I don't think that anything is.
I mean, this is what I was talking about. Were in like the replies of that tweet. So
Okay.
it's people that are like in the gutters of this shit.
2012, at Easter of 2012. This is when everything changed.
My wife made a
This
honey
is
baked
really
ham.
what got the U.S. government knocking on my door.
I have a picture
This
of my
is
wallet
where-
right
why
here
I'm
of the ham.
She caught me having sex with the ham.
2012, Saturday night,
She's upset.
Easter. Sunday morning's Easter, right?
So, and obviously, Shawn Ryan is the new platform for whatever the intelligence agencies and the Pentagon and whatever else want to push. This podcast came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
He is probably he's absolutely blackmailed in some way. He's an
he's a white
intelligence
male,
outside.
but
He
yeah.
is. He's being white mailed. He's an intelligence asset in some way. They also plucked him and they go, what America really loves is the Joe Rogan archetype now. It's the Dana White archetype. You need someone who's phallic. They have to look like a penis. They need to talk about Rogan's not talking about aliens anymore because, you know, he's been co-opted by the GOP and the Republicans, which are supposedly controlled opposition now. Like that's not even a real part, according to guys like Steve Bannon. This is their whole thing, and so this is the platform to, and this is the sixth biggest podcast in the United States. It came out of nowhere, and it's just going to be bigger and bigger and bigger. And this is the stuff you're going to see churned out. This nonsense.
Steve Bannon, more like not so bright, Bart.
Very good. That's very good.
Can I do that again?
Yeah. Let's take it one more time.
3 o'clock in the morning. So it's actually Easter Sunday morning. 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm asleep in the bed, dead asleep. That night before, I had all I could stand. Seeing my kids coming home crying and the whole community making fun of the family and my dad. And now they've been experiencing this stuff. They know it's happening. But they couldn't contest adults, right? They wouldn't talk back. They knew better. But it had really, my little girl coming home crying from people picking on her.
Slowed him down.
It doesn't make any sense, right? It's like, it's complete nonsense. And Shawn Ryan doesn't speak for hours on end.
They're all disconnected sentences. But I think if you sort of slowed down the way he's talking right now, he might sound like Big Country.
He might. Maybe they're the same
I
guy.
come home with a kiss.
Small country.
Ain't no talking back to old gay country. This guy stinks.
It's funny because like Tom, it's like they have like Tom DeLonge. They have guys like this. It's gonna catch on. It's gonna catch on, and there's gonna be so much misinformation and weird sightings and videos and so many things that come out. You won't know what the fuck to think in the future. That's gonna be the new big op, and they got to roll it out slow.
Yeah,
because it's all about money. They can't take the world economy. They can't have people going out with AK-47s in the streets and just firing at the moon or whatever.
Yeah, I can't turn the world into Haiti. But isn't there, like, you think the groundwork was like Ancient Aliens? They released like this is a fun, like surface level, the average person.
You have to, it's trickle truthing somebody. You know, if your partner thinks that you're madly in love and you're not cheating on them, you know, and you just one day you sit them down and be like, by the way, I've been fucking other people. But if you kind of slowly over the course of several years let them know that something might be up, and then you tell them, they go, I thought and it fucked me up, and you go, I'm sorry, I knew you probably knew. It's much easier to, but if you completely blindside somebody, they go, I don't even know who you are. I don't know who I am, what our relationship is, because the world flips like that. And then so usually that person will eject. But if they know you're they go, I'm starting to see some bad tendencies here and some a pattern of behavior that's not good. So again, but this is these are the guys.
At the end of every one of this guy's interviews, I think like orderlies come in and grab him and they go, there you are. Why do you keep running away from your room?
So I walked outside that night at 9:30 and I looked up to the sky and I said, thank you for ruining my life. My children.
Again, you could just skip to any part. Like, listen to that again.
Counter thing. So I walked outside that night at 9:30 and I looked up to the sky and I said, thank you for ruining my life. My children.
So this is he was hunting. I'll sum this up real quickly.
Yeah, okay.
He was like hunting, and they call this celestial intelligent being the lady, I think is the name.
Sure.
And he was on a hunting trip with other guys, and the lady appeared and gave him some knowledge, and then that changed the course of his life or something. He swore he talked to an alien angel thing. There's also a lady named, I forget her name. It's hard to keep track of all these goons. But there's a big contingency of people talking about the experiences saints had in the history of the Catholic Church and their interaction with angels, and how when saints had contact with angels, usually they had like burn wounds on themselves and weird things on their skin. So historians of the Catholic Church are now citing the archangels and angels as aliens and kind of moving all that stuff in because they're saying they're talking to people in the Pentagon or this. It's all very weird what's coming out. And the new IDW is the UFO Christ guy. So I don't know in the next 10 years what they're going to tell us, and we're never going to really know what's true. But you're seeing it all unfold right now. Because why the fuck else would you have this guy on?
This old guy?
Yeah, who this is? Dude, I knew guys like this in church.
Yeah.
I knew a guy like this. He went up in the congregation once and he was crying. He's like, when my mom died, I went out in the backyard and I looked up in the sky and I said, Jesus, please let me know my mother's okay and she's in heaven. I swear to you all. And I know there's no biblical scripture to back this up, but an angel did come down as a star and appeared to me and told me, Jack, your mother is in heaven with God and everybody in the bosom of Abraham. And I cried and I wept for I saw that celestial light. So the people that have weird schizophrenic episodes and breaks where they're mistaking voices in their head, their inner monologue for beings and entities, and they're seeing when someone is experiencing a very traumatic episode, sometimes the brain can't handle it and it just starts firing and seeing stuff. Now, I'm not saying that doesn't mean that there aren't aliens, there aren't angels, there aren't ghosts, but I mean, all these guys have a story that's very similar to Campbell and Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah.
What was that guy's name? Joseph Campbell, I think.
Joseph Smith
or something.
Mm-hmm. The Mormon guy.
Yeah. So I don't know why I said Joseph Campbell.
He was a treasure hunter.
Yeah. So the problem is when I'm fasting, if I don't have enough salt and water, my legs start cramping up like fucking crazy. I can't believe I'm even able to express thoughts to you because I'm
gonna be honest. For the last 35 minutes, you've just went like this.
Big.
They're all angels and they're out hunting and they bought a prostitute, but then he had to lie to his wife.
I'm gonna come.
So anyway, I'm gonna do a deeper dive on this stuff at some point and learn more about it. But that's if you have the They Live glasses on right now, this is the stuff that's. I mean, these replies are insane.
Yeah, it's crazy that these people all reply like they're having a conversation, like completely separately. Like, okay, it's just the Bible verse out of nowhere. Okay, right there. Matthew 24:36. But about that day or hour no one knows, not even the angels in heaven, nor the Son, but only the Father.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean,
Best part of the chicken.
it's the best part of the chicken.
That's crazy, man.
And oh shit, what did I fucking lose? My phone. Damn. All right, we're good. I thought my water fell.
You know the blowback this will cause, says Science Bob McGuire.
I'm 50 1 hours without food, so I'm gonna go in and out of probably making sense tonight. So just try to keep me on the road.
Yeah, let
so
me know
to
when
speak.
you're ready to make sense. 99%, 99.9% no.
Yeah, I mean it's unfortunate how.
That was wild.
You know, I mean, Rogan used to be this conspiracy guy who was I mean, remember when he was like mocking Christians?
No.
He used to like make fun of people that like believed in the Bible, and now he's like this red state. I mean, he's a state media now.
Well, like
He's at the inauguration watching Trump get sworn in.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, he'll go back on his show and he'll be like, I'm just a comedian. I don't know anything.
Mhm.
It's like, well, you inform people how they should vote. So you must think that you know what is best for people. Like you can't dismiss yourself as just a comic anymore. You're actually saying like, no, I'm happy I swayed he said it on his show, I'm happy I swayed the election to some extent. So you do think you know what's best for people. So you do think you're smarter than people. So your political opinions and everything, you are trying to push the culture a certain way. And look, I'm glad Trump won. I'm glad. I hope the fucking groceries come down. Okay. But, regardless, he's state media now. That's what he is. He's state media. He's not like, oh, I'm just a fucking idiot. I don't know shit. No, you are the state media. You might as well. You should just be recording from the White House at this point, and that's fine. I don't give a shit. But don't call yourself a comic who's just trying to make like fart jokes and stuff.
You know what's even sadder than that?
Best part of the chicken.
Alex Jones is like state media now.
Yeah. So Alex is. This is a
Sad.
big fall from grace. With Alex is constantly defending Trump's anything Trump and Elon do. Alex is just eating the poop out of their buttholes.
It's embarrassing. It's hard to watch.
I know. To Alex go from where he was to now he's defending like the billionaires and the tech oligarchs and defending the president of the United States. Unfortunately, power corrupts, right? And they have they got him in the pocket now.
He went from
They got him right in the pocket.
He went from being at the top to being a bottom.
He did.
It's hard to see.
It's really sad. I still love him, but it's sad to see what he's become.
He'll just tweet out like, I think he wants that press secretary position.
No, he doesn't.
Are you sure?
He tweeted it out. He needs to keep that company going. By the way, it would all crumble. He couldn't take a step back.
Oh yeah.
InfoWars takes so much money to run and everything. He needs constantly pumping his own products.
He needs my
to
dad
stay
to buy
afloat.
more Mind Force or Brain Blossom.
Brain jizz.
Brain Nuggets. I don't know what any of it is.
He might as well just drink a big cup of Trump and Netanyahu's jizz mixed together. He puts Netanyahu's jizz in a blender and Elon's jizz and Trump's jizz. He blends it up in a Vitamix and then just chugs it live on the show. 'Cause it's basically who he is now.
He blends it all up, but he can still tell which one's which. He still knows.
So anyway, yeah, that it is really. Bringing up Alex, it is really sad to see that. It makes me really, really upset because guys who are on the outside of things, a guy like him is probably really bitter his whole life because he had as much influence as a lot of major networks and wasn't recognized as so. And then Hillary, put a target on his head to make an example of him, to manufacture consent from other people who were in the same line of thinking. And that created like they went through and they were just taking people out left and right.
What happened to go ahead.
So, the fact that then Trump got in and Trump and Alex are talking on the phone all the time, Alex was excited just to have a seat at the table finally. He got to go to the big special dinner and they said, you can finally come in. And it corrupted him. And now he agrees with every single thing that they're doing.
Is he pro-Israel
Every
now,
single thing.
Because one of his tenets has always been like anti-Israel.
I mean, if he's anti-Israel, he's anti-Trump.
That's crazy.
you see Trump pulling out the chair for Mr. Netanyahu.
Mm-hmm. I told you that's butt cancer, though. That's not.
I know he has cancer in his ass.
Mm-hmm.
He has cancer in his ass.
He has butt cancer in his ass, and his big gay ass. What happened to that British guy that was always on the InfoWars thing? That would be like,
Paul Thomas,
Watson,
something like that. Yeah.
Some cultures are better than others.
Sorry, I'm late. I'm being gang stalked by a guy who looks a lot like Shawn Ryan. I'm being gang stalked right now, and I didn't do anything wrong. And then the amount of messages I'm getting today over the Shawn Ryan stuff of people going, "Why you cry about it, pussy?" Shawn Ryan's a fucking badass, dude. Okay, whatever, man. It kind of actually, the Shawn Ryan stuff really exposed to me I've always sort of hypothesized that if you took one of their guys that they really love, and it could really be anybody, and this goes for any side, and you could prove that they've either trafficked children or they have harmed children and women, horrible, heinous stuff. You could show them, hey, here's your guy. Here's what he did. He trafficked women and children. He did this and did that. And they would say, who cares? People under the Shawn Ryan tweet were saying, who cares, pussy? People were messaging me like, fucking soy boy. Yeah, Shawn Ryan was a drug kingpin. Who the fuck are you, you soy? You libtard soy fag? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Once some guy has a dude and that dude is on their team, it doesn't matter. No one cares about Epstein. This whole farce about people caring about Epstein and trafficking kids, and no one actually cares. It's it's like the most, I feel like I've grown up Like, I finally became an adult because I realized with like all the Epstein stuff and everything, it's that the truth is that nobody actually cares about kids at all. And most people I see on the internet have zero compassion for anyone. A single living human fucking being. There is no compassion. It is a compassionless place. No one cares. No one cares. I see people on the left when a Jewish like hostage baby is dead, they're happy about that as if the baby didn't want to be in the war. And then I see the people that hate the Palestinians, which is the worst of it, is they want to mow people down. It's babies that are born. There's no compassion for anybody. It's you're talking to people that are they can't read. I mean, if you get worked up about it, you're a fucking idiot. I'm an idiot for getting ever worked up about it. I've been blown away by my replies this week over the Shawn Ryan thing and the messages I've got. It's been truly astounding at how fucking stupid people are. In the Christian right, specifically. The Christian right who votes for people who pretend to have Christian values and they have none. Would Jesus say kill them all? Fuck them. Would Jesus say flatten the motherfucker? Fuck them, they're animals, said Jesus Christ unto his followers. Fuck them, they're a bunch of animals, Jesus said unto them. No compassion for the helpless. None. It's a bloodbath over there. The same Christian right, I expose Shawn Ryan. I expose him. One thing I get called is a conspiracy theorist, and I post a transcript of words Shawn Ryan has said. Here's what he said. Here's what he's admitted to. Here's who he is. Here's who I can hypothesize that he still is and what he's trying to push, and that you can't trust him. People are going, source? Where did you get this information from? What's your source? Here's the transcript. Source? Seems like you're spreading lies about this guy. What's going on? He said it. It's not a conspiracy. He said it. He said it. I didn't have to do the digging. These people tell you who they are, and it's all in plain sight now. They tell you. Go Google Palantir. Google these things. Google Shawn Ryan. Read their Wikipedias. You could figure out in 10 seconds they don't hide anything anymore. They don't hide any of it. There's no conspiracy, there's no digging, there's no detective work. Literally just Google it. Google it past the basic, just past the basic, like, this person's woke, this person's not, this... I get so mad, man, looking at, like, Barry Weiss, whatever, however the fuck you say her name. If you see anybody with Barry Weiss, by the way, you can write them off the face of the earth forever. If anyone's with Barry Weiss. The Shawn Ryan, and I know this is, I need to calm the fuck down. I need to calm the fuck down, man. So I've actually been in a good mood, and someone asked me why I seem so down lately, and it pissed me the fuck off. Just Google it. I'm not even like Russ Cole making these big I'm not connecting the dots like crazy. I'm not like some conspiracy theorist in like a storage unit and a fish tank smoking cigarettes. Just literally just Google it. They're not even censoring it. In fact, Palantir, Peter Thiel, everybody else, they'll tell you what they're doing, what their plans are, and what's going to happen. And a lot of people that fall in line and promote their narrative and shake hands with these people, bottom line, just want to make a lot of money. And they don't care, and they don't have principles, and they don't have morals, and they don't care about people, and they actually think you're a sucker. They think you're a huge sucker. They think you're an idiot. They think you should be controlled. They think they should take your money. That's what they think they should do. It's what all of them think they should do. They think they should ring the register and take as much money from you that they possibly can. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. These people are willing to do almost anything. The people that are pushing the state narrative right now will do almost anything. You know how I know that to be true? 100% of them will pretend that Joe Rogan's an amazing comedian. They'll pretend that. Think of the things that they really don't care. They won't acknowledge. Do you think any of these people like Tony? They do his show constantly. You think anybody likes him? You think anybody thinks Joe is funny or a comedian? See people go on his show all the time. They go, hey, I just figured out you did stand-up comedy. They don't even know. It's unbelievable. And if Elephant Graveyard did good work on this. He had clips of Rogan 6 years ago saying like, yeah, I'm for universal health care. I'm for this. I'm for that. And now he's one of those guys who's like, fuck him. Fuck him. They're willing to look past anything. I posted all that stuff about Shawn Ryan. Who he is, what he's up to. Reply after reply. He's a fucking badass. People going, dude, I literally like him more now. Thanks, soy boy. Thanks, soy boy. I like him now. Oh, I didn't know he was running a drug trafficking ring in South America. Had no idea he was doing that. He's a fucking badass. Life like a movie for real. If you go to Shawn Ryan's Reddit, by the way, which is really funny, Shawn Ryan is just he has like a shirtless. It's just him as a Navy SEAL, and he has like a cross and like an unbuttoned like camo shirt and like the army hat and everything, and he's like in the Kandahar Valley or whatever with like an AR-15. And it's just dudes replying under like, oh my God, he's such a fucking badass. Comment below that, dude's pretty fucking humble considering he was the top hombre. Dude's a fucking badass. Black guy with drugs on the streets, they're a junkie. Shawn Ryan addicted to drugs in South America. What a fucking badass, dude. What a fucking badass. George Floyd was a monkey that had to die, but Shawn Ryan, he was high on fentanyl and pills and alcohol and all that shit in South America because he's the fucking top G, dude. He overdosed multiple times, dude. Give me a fucking break. Shawn Ryan is a plant. They said, hey, Shawn, can you shave your head so you look more like Joe Rogan? It seems the phallic archetype is what these stupid-ass retards are really going for right now. Yeah, the Black Rifle coffee types, those people. Hey, Shawn Ryan, so we're going to push your podcast in the algorithm that you're going to start out of nowhere. We want you to kind of roll out a lot of the UFO, Pentagon stuff. And yeah, I think it's kind of looking like we're going to be at war with Iran in like mid-2025. So we're going to keep pushing you in the algorithm. A lot of people will eat it up because they're just, they're completely, they can't think for themselves at all. And for some reason, they're inspired by you, even though you've like killed tons of people and you overdosed on drugs a ton and you ran a drug trafficking ring and everything else. They find that inspiring for some reason. So Shawn, can you keep this podcast thing going? And by the way, yeah, we're gonna keep You know how we're gonna have holograms of aliens come down and tell people to buy Bitcoin in like 2026? Yeah, we're gonna start rolling out some alien stuff right now. Yeah. No. Yeah. Thanks, buddy. Just go on Twitter and say Elon Musk is great. Yeah, I was talking to my friend Jake about this too. It's so funny how like all those guys, those Punisher guys on X, they're always like, they'll post on X like, Cash is coming. Better look out. Cash is coming. He's nipping at your boots. Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, Cash is coming, buddy. You better be scared. Those same guys do that with Shawn Ryan and all these other dudes. And even Shawn Ryan's posting on his X, look out, man. You fuck with the wrong one. Elon's on his way. You think Elon's gonna let that slide? Y'all just touched the bee's nest. You just woke up the bear. Guys in the Department of Homeland Security and the NSA and the FBI and the CIA and everybody else, they all like got this memo like 4 months ago to start saying fuck around and find out, and it pisses me off. I wish I could rise above it and not get pissed off by it. It fucking drives me nuts. Elon Musk will like, cut the budget for like parks and wildlife because their algorithm flagged something that said that it was like diverse plant life, and they're trying to get rid of DEI stuff. So they got rid of some park because it cost them like $2 million to keep the park up and running or something, even though the park makes like $5 million in terms of people coming, right? So he'll get rid of that park. And then people just respond to it and be like, looks like the Parks and Wildlife Department fucked around and found out. Fefo. People have such little compassion, they just use acronyms now. To tell you how little they give a fuck about you. FAFO. Apparently everybody's fucking around and finding out. Shawn Ryan's like, dog, X is going down right now. You fuck around and you find out, bitch. Yeah, will they? Will they, fag? We do have a guest, by the way, coming at 6. And I think I am being hunted by Shawn Ryan right now. I ordered some pizza for the guests. Check in. Yeah, that should be good later because the guests did want to eat as well during the show. I do have stuff prepared here, especially about Shawn Ryan and everybody else. And these are guys, Shawn Ryan and these guys, they go on Rogan like every 2 months. Like, it's just like, yeah, I mean, whatever, man. What am I going to do? What am I going to become the old man shakes his fist at the sky meme? I mean, whatever. Nobody gives a shit. It's all a bunch of individuals now. There's no culture. It's every man for himself. Who can make the most fucking money? Who can be the fucking ultimate badass? I mean, much like, because I try to operate like any agency, right? And there's factions within every agency. Like, you can't think of like the Mossad or the CIA or anything like that. You can't think of it as like this thing with this face, right? It's like I was talking with Kurt Metzger about this like a few days ago. Like, there's factions within every group. So you can't think of it as this as this individual. You need to think of it as people conspiring to do this and that. Like, I mean, every even movie you see about these agencies, there's like people trying to stop things that, like, think about like Nazi Germany, right? There were people that wanted Hitler to invade, and there's a lot of people that didn't want him to invade, and they were trying to kill him. So you can't technically say like every Nazi wanted what Hitler wanted, especially the high-ranking officials were trying to kill him. That's what I'm saying. So you can't think of it as like they're all doing this or doing that. By the way, before I forget, I was getting messages from people who were, I was getting glowy DMs. This tweet did so well, I was getting glowy DMs. People from reporters from USA Today. Let me show you this. Let me show you this shit. Oh yeah, this guy. Look at this shit. Yeah, here. And again, I'm sorry we're not live on Rumble. I was trying to get that. I was trying to get that figured out, but yeah, here we go. This guy, domestic security correspondent, USA Today, extremism, terrorism, etc. Josh Meyer. Hey, Ben, USA Today reporter here. I'd like to talk to you discreetly about Shawn Ryan. Thanks. I did eventually, a day later, I responded, what? Just to see what he'd follow up with. But yeah, all these guys are they're all intelligence. It's the every guy that reaches out to you like that is like, hi Ben, USA Today reporter here. Can I send you a home kit? Can I send you a set of instructions on how to make your own chlorine? Also, I'd love to talk about Shawn Ryan. Yeah, would you? Would you? Also, it says that guy is followed by what's his name? Cigar and Jetty Sager. That guy Sager, that guy that's like clearly Mossad. I don't trust that guy for a fucking second. I've been told by so many high up people who would actually know what's going on that guy is Mossad, which is very funny to me. All those guys are just plants. A lot of them are. At this point, I'm like, am I a plant? I'm like, I want to go to the mirror right now and like see if I can pull the skin off of my face. I don't even know what's going on. Jack says Jimmy Dore hates Shawn Ryan. Good. Jimmy Dore's right about almost everything. I love that guy. I love that guy. I hate that I'm getting dragged into this because, I mean, once they just started deporting people and stuff, and the news is just running like constant things about, I mean, Trump is like selling Teslas. It's fucking corny as shit. He still makes me laugh, but it's like fucking annoying. Elon fucking sucks. I hope he, whatever. Can't we get stay on YouTube? Whatever. The on top of all this, they're deporting people now, and then they publicly said like he didn't really do anything wrong, but we're trying to make an example of him. Khalil Mahmood, Shalom Mahmood. And then now the news is running with tons of stories about how Jewish people don't feel safe on campus. I mean, once they said they were going to start, now that they're deporting people, I'm like, all right, man, I don't even know. But no one has any compassion. His wife's American, 8-month-old baby. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. Hey, guess Khalil Mahmood fucked around and found out, huh? Fafo. You fuck with the wrong one, bro. Khalil Mahmood, whatever the hell it is, you fucked around, you found out. Thank you to all the glowies who have been reaching out to me. I look forward to corresponding with you. Shout out to Shawn Ryan, who's currently hunting me, and he's on his way to my location to kill me. Now, people do say I'm too hard on Shawn Ryan, and I think he is like a born-again Christian or something, and a lot of like veteran guys and stuff were mad at me, saying one of the principles of Christianity is is that you can be like forgiven, or whatever, that's what I was taught growing up. That like if you were, the question always was if Hitler repented and got baptized before he died, would he have gone to heaven? It's like yes, he would actually, and he would be in one of the highest positions in heaven for killing so many. But the question is, can anybody repent of their sins? It's like, yeah. So a lot of people who are supposedly Christians were also mad at me for pointing out that Shawn Ryan was running a drug trafficking ring in South America, and he never said how much money he made, what he did with the funds, and he never also said if he was working undercover or was in the CIA or not. On his LinkedIn, he stopped working. He stopped being a contractor for the CIA in something like 2015, I think it said on his LinkedIn page, is what it said. So if that's the truth, then when he was doing all this stuff in South America and where he said he overdosed twice on drugs and he climbed up and he became some sort of, I believe, kingpin was his word. And he was going from Honduras to Costa Rica to Colombia to here to there, right? And then he left because he got spooked because he said there were federal people after him or something, right? Who knows if any of this is fake? It's a story he has stuck to. Since I saw this guy, his face and his voice, I never liked him. I never trusted him. In fact, I despised him. Leaves an awful taste in my mouth. So this is Shawn Ryan details his ibogaine experience. I had a life review. Now, I don't know what that means. But so I watched the first minute of this clip, and what it seems is that he likes this thing called ibogaine. It's a psychoactive indole alkaloid derived from the Tabernath iboga plant, often used in traditional ceremonies and gaining attention for its potential in addiction treatment, although its use and legality vary widely. Okay, so this is one of those things that I believe like veterans take for PTSD and whatnot. I think I saw a 60 Minutes thing on this about how guys that have, blown babies up with C4 in the name of freedom have, they come back and then they can't sleep and they want to kill themselves for the guilt of, being the world's terrorists. They end up taking this African shrub iboga. Now, this stuff, my spidey senses go off immediately and go, this is something you take to talk to the devil, or something that is an imitation of the devil. There's no way it's good. It's immediately where my mind goes. That might be somewhat close-minded of me, but I don't think you're talking to good entities when you take this shit. And the fact that Shawn Ryan is pushing something like this, ibogaine or whatever, I immediately go, okay, Shawn Ryan is advocating that I put this in my body. My brain goes, that's venom. That's snake poison. Anything Shawn Ryan tells me that I need to take, I assume it's poison and that it's not good for me. So I'm completely against all of this. And it's a trick. It's a trick of the devil. It's a psychoactive alkaloid obtained either by extraction from plants. Okay, cool. So let's look into it now. It seems to me. So when he's talking to Rogan here, watch this. Watch him here.
ibogaine experience and
Okay, so this is his I had a life review. I think this is when he became quote unquote Christian and turned his life around.
I went down and did the ibogaine experience, and it was just like, have you done ibogaine?
No.
Why not?
What was good about it? Tell me what it was like.
Well,
I've
for
heard
me,
it's very effective for people with addiction.
Yeah. Well, there it is, right there, right?
Doesn't it feel like you're talking to a car salesman? Like, yeah, I mean, the clear coat, it is included. Yeah, it's no, I mean, we'll let me go talk to my manager and see what we can do here. He's kind of like looking down. He's not making eye contact. Seems like he feels like a tremendous amount of shame and that he's very coy about this pitch he's going into.
I went down and did the ibogaine experience, and it was just like, have you done ibogaine?
It's a friend going, no, yeah, I did this thing. And you go, oh, what's that? And they go, oh, you don't know about that? Like he's trying to present it very, I'm just nonchalantly sort of mentioning this. Like, oh, do you have interest in it? Really? No, I can talk about it, I guess. It's ibogaine.
Why not?
What was good about
He goes,
it? Tell me-
why
Just
not?
like, have you done Ibogaine?
No.
Why not?
What was good about it? Tell me what it was like.
Well,
I've
for
heard
me,
it's very effective for people with addiction.
yeah. Well, there it is, right there, right? I kind
Yeah.
of drank it.
He
I
goes, well, there. You said it yourself. I mean, we can get you a 6% interest rate on a Toyota Highlander right now. I mean, you said it yourself. I mean, you got to have a car, right? I mean, you just said it. You know what? I mean, I'm gonna back up. What do you guys think? He's a salesman. He's a total salesman.
3 years, but I mean, it was
Why he's selling it, I'm not sure. Why he's selling it, I'm not sure. I don't know.
like, do you want like the
Sure.
whole experience?
Yeah.
Maybe because he's possessed by the devil? Is that a good enough answer? Is that too sort of like esoteric? Is that too is it because he's possessed by the devil? I feel like that's a good enough answer, right?
Yeah. So I went down to Mexico, and I just kept.
That's when you know someone's full of shit.
Do you want like the
Sure.
You go, tell me how you did it. He starts laughing as soon as he starts telling it because he's like, yeah, I'm full of shit. I'm completely full of shit. It's like, I never went to Mexico. They injected it into my veins at Langley, you stupid ass retard. You stupid ass mother. Don't you know I'm in the CIA? Why do you have me on this show every 2 months, you dumbass? You fucking thumb. He's like, fuck yeah. I went to Mexico. Yeah, I went to Narnia to take Ibogaine, you fucking idiot. He's completely full of shit. He starts laughing as soon as he's even telling any
whole
story.
experience?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went down to Mexico, and I just kept having these guys come on my show. And first one was Eddie Gallagher. He was talking about psychedelics, and I was like, "Oh no, that shit's for hippies. I'm not with that." And then the one that really got me was I had this guy on. His name DJ Shipley, and he
I saw that one. It
You
was
saw
great.
that one?
Yeah, it's great.
Dude, DJ's a fun beast, bro.
Yeah, I follow that guy on
Holy
Instagram
shit.
now.
Like, takes Navy SEAL to a whole different level.
Dude, he's a
but
beast.
anyways,
Yeah.
but yeah, he like went out
beat, and he's a real beast, like a 666 beast, like Eye of the Beast, Joe.
of his way after we recorded. And he was like, "Hey, dude, like, you should really think about going down there." And I was like, "All right, well." I've done like a ton of research. I've talked to a bunch of guys about it. I understand like how it works now, and so I'll go. And so I went down there because I just wanted to be more in the moment with my family. I got 2 little kids now, and so I went down there, and that was like I felt.
Excuse me, my life is a lie, and all I do is lie. So just trying to get the lies out of my throat.
Like I was kind of like through
lies
the
kind of build up in your
PTSD
throat.
type stuff, and maybe not.
What do you have PTSD from, Sean? From and killing people? Is that what you have PTSD from? Do you have PTSD from being a drug kingpin in South America and killing thousands of unknown people that you'll never meet?
But I just wanted to get rid of anxiety and be in the moment with my family and da-da-da-da-da.
I don't want to be anxious about having been a drug warlord. I have so much anxiety and depression over killing thousands of innocent people and being the literal devil. I get kind of anxious when I think about how I've slaughtered people by the thousands, actually.
And so I went down and did the Ibogaine thing, and we took these pills, and like I didn't get a lot of visuals, but the first visual I got was I was just sitting there like looking in this mirror, shaking this maraca, and my head's like, I was like, all right, this is not working. Well, then my head it split open, like a.
In the mirror?
Yeah, dude. It was like I watched my head like peel like a banana. Like it was just like whoosh. And then another head like just.
He goes, then I realized that was the head of someone that I was currently torturing. And I was like, oh shit, I thought I was looking in a mirror for a second. That was just the head of a Honduran boy that I was murdering in his hut, actually.
Blossomed out of it.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was really odd. And then I was like, all right, it's definitely kicking in. So I'm gonna lay back and it was kind of to me, like the whole experience, maybe I guess I just lost total concept of time. It was like 12 hours, but it didn't feel like 12 hours, but it didn't really feel like 5 minutes either. But I got like this life review kind of thing.
Yeah.
And just had these TV screens.
Yeah,
It looked
life
like
review.
all black, like you're in space or something, and then these 2 lines of TV screens that were going in my peripheral vision. And what was playing in those TV screens
By the way, so far it's like the worst pitch. He goes, yeah, you take it, and then you see your head get ripped off. Like, all right, well, is there anything good that happens? Do I get to talk to like my dead father, and he like hugs me and tells me he's proud of me or something?
And it was moving, like at kind of a slow pace. And so like I could see what was going on in the TV screens.
Interesting, maybe he never stopped being a drug dealer. He's going on Joe just to like sling more drugs. I know it's psychedelics or whatever, but all this guy does, he seems to sell drugs
Through my
to people.
peripheral. But if I tried to concentrate on any one particular thing,
Do you think that this is part of like some MK thing where they take veterans on this weird retreat and like they take psychedelics and DARPA does like weird monitoring experiments on them and the like, do you think they're just trying to get better at like having like activation triggers or just create Manchurian candidates or what the hell is actually going on? I don't know. I have no idea. Oh, Jack says, Ben, in Catholicism, you can't go to heaven if you murder someone. What if you kill someone in war? What's the thing in Catholicism? What about that, Jack? I'd love to know that.
then they would like all just disappear until I stopped trying to like concentrate on one thing, and then they'd all appear again, and I could like look at it through my peripheral, and I'd be like, oh, that was in Baghdad. That's when I was 5 years old, and my dad was like yelling at me, and that was this, and it was like, but it wasn't like I wasn't like reliving traumatic events. It was just like passing me by,
Like a recording.
yeah,
Like an old VHS tape.
yeah, and so I just let them like pass, and then I went into some other stage which I don't really understand, but it was a bunch of like these walls of stuffed animals, and I was kind of like going through this maze, and then like the last thing I talked about before I did the experience was China, and so then I had like this horrible thing about the Chinese invasion, but what came out of that, like, it's like, oh, well, that doesn't sound very good. Well, yeah, what came out of that, I lost 11 pounds in literally 1 week. It's a week-long type of experience. I lost 11 pounds. It's also a heavy metals
That's just water weight, retard.
detoxer, by the way, so that's probably
That's just water weight, retard.
probably had like some heavy metals blocking me up or something.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. You're a retard. You're a liar.
Whites of my eyes like cleared up.
Cool.
Like, and it wasn't just me. I like journaled all this shit down, and then I didn't tell my wife any of this stuff. And I came home, and she's like, your eyes look like a lot lighter. Like the whites look a lot whiter, and my brown eyes looked like they had lightened up.
Huh.
Yeah. And then it was also like I had
You can get that from like doing a water fast for 3 days. I mean,
realized
you gotta go through the jungle and have a shaman stick something in your ass.
thing that I was ingesting that was poison.
Going on a juice
it was
cleanse,
like this,
retard.
Going back to intuition, it was like this intuition of like I was like, I didn't go down there to quit drinking. It just happened, man. Like I was just like, I don't think I'm gonna drink anymore. And so I haven't had a drink in like I said, just under 3 years.
Good
And
for
Do you think you had
man.
a drinking problem?
oh yeah, man, I had a drinking problem, big drinking problem. But
But you didn't think it at the time.
well, my drinking problem had digressed quite a bit. So, I mean, I used to drink close to 2/5 of vodka a day.
Whoa.
Yeah, and but then, and that was coming out of the agency. I didn't have anything to do really, and
Dude, these guys are so boring. I don't know why this is the biggest industry of like these guys of just like, yeah, man, like I had a fucking problem. Like, I was just thinking about the Kandahar Valley. I was just taking pills and shit, man. But then like I found the Lord and I hit the gym and yeah, man, you got to go down to Costa Rica and fucking. You gotta get like a blood transfusion. You gotta take mushrooms. You gotta fight your inner bitch. You know what I mean? Like these guys have had the same conversation. I don't even know how many times. How many times has this guy's been on Rogan? Hundreds of times. This type of guy though, it's like it's the biggest industry for some reason. Guys like this, they talk about aliens, UFOs, the people they've killed, and the drugs they've taken, and that they're alcoholics. Is this what people want to listen to? Is this? Do people need constant motivation to just like go to like get it to be in traffic? I don't get it. I don't
processing
understand.
a lot of kind of what had happened over the past 14 years.
Are people so angry? This is sort of like the place they are psychologically. Is they too just from this country beating them down so much that they identify with a guy who killed a bunch of people in a jungle somewhere and is in the CIA and now has to work out for 6 hours a day so he doesn't kill himself? I think mentally most people are also here. I'm not really sure.
I didn't have any friends, was severely depressed, whatever, man. Loved to party. Came back and I just didn't want the wine anymore. I used to take Adderall. Was addicted to that. Didn't need that. Didn't need this Ambien.
Just say you were
anymore.
addicted to
Didn't need
everything,
anything.
dude.
And
Cold turkey.
cold turkey, man. Weed. Quit weed for about 6 months.
He's like, however, he goes, every now and then though, I'll get a hooker and I'll kill her. Every now and then I'll get a hooker, I kill her, I put her in the trunk of my car, and there's this lake in the middle of nowhere that my buddy owns. It's just a tank. I hop over the fence, I push the body in. Every now and then, but I don't touch booze anymore. I don't touch pills. I do, however, I gotta hear them scream while I'm doing it. That's what it brings me back to the old days, because I will not have a beer though. I won't touch the stuff. Not anymore. Not anymore. I got kids, Joe. I got 2 kids.
And then, and then I went back. And even sugar, man, I quit sugar for about 6 months. And it was, the funny thing is, man, like it was zero effort. It wasn't like I'm not drinking and I'm not going to do sugar and I'm not going to smoke weed and no more Adderall. I just didn't want it. And there was no...
sounds like I got to take Ibogaine.
There was just no urge.
So I can
there was no
sugar.
addiction left. It was gone.
Damn,
Wow.
dude.
And
That's
like
the thing they
Ibogaine
say
will
about
really
Ibogaine,
fix
that it
everything.
uniquely rewires your brain.
Yeah.
That's not good. It uniquely rewires your brain? I don't want to take that. Get the fuck away from me. That is terrifying. That sounds like a lobotomy. It sounds like literal mind control. Yeah, man. I was thinking about taking Ibogaine because they said it just like it's like taking your brain out and getting a completely new brain that's someone else's that's not your own anymore. Which actually sounds pretty good. That could be advantageous, man. It could be advantageous to have to take a pill and then have a completely new brain. I don't think these people hear themselves speak anymore. They've talked for so long. Do they hear anything they're even saying? Do they hear the words coming out of their mouth? The ideas. Yeah. They said it completely rewires your brain. Okay. That sounds awful. Yeah, they say it makes like your heart stop. They say it makes like your like all the thoughts that you're having and like your personality and all that stuff will just change overnight completely. It'll just like wipe your memory clean and like it'll wipe everything clean, Joe. Yeah. That's terrifying. Jesus Christ. Yep, and here's the comments, by the way. Sounds like the best decision Shawn ever made. Positive waves. They're learning about drugs they can take to talk to the devil. They go positive waves. Stay frosty, everybody. Sobriety is awesome. Yep. That was from Vapor Missile. Ibogaine is way more chill than ayahuasca or peyote. Took all fentanyl withdrawals away and took the addiction away and just dosing it for 3 days. Yeah, I'm sure this guy's dead now, by the way. This guy drove his car into an AM PM and then got out and shot himself in the head high on meth. Anytime I see a comment like that where someone goes, yeah, dude, I did this thing and it fixed everything overnight. That's totally not the addict mentality. Totally not applying the addict mentality to not being an addict anymore, of changing everything overnight with one thing. That's not the exact personality and traits that have got me in this situation to begin with. It's actually what got me out of it. Guarantee you this guy is dead. This guy is dead or in a coma somewhere. This guy goes, Jake Definbaugh 603. I feel like I need this. Damn, this shit. I feel like I need this shit. I don't trust Tucker at all. I like him as a person. I don't trust him. Too many strikes with. I don't trust this guy at all. I think he's probably a good husband and a good dad, and I think he's probably a fun guy. But I mean, look at this shit. Look at this shit. Shawn Ryan on how the CIA uses podcasts to control the narrative.
Not to be a conspiracy nut, but your public performance over the past 5.5 years has been run counter to the aims of the CIA, I would say. I mean, it has. Mm-hmm. And so to tell...
Teeing it up for Shawn Ryan for the agenda of the month, to follow the orders, to complete the mission.
People that you yourself are working for the CIA secretly is a way to discredit you.
Devil in sheep's clothing. Wolf in sheep's clothing, whatever the hell. Devil, how about devil in the wolf in sheep's clothing? How about that? That's what it should be. It should be a devil wolf. It should be a devil in a wolf's clothing in a sheep's hide. How about that's what Shawn Ryan is?
Yeah. But if I were the CIA, I would be encouraged.
People that try to excuse Shawn Ryan, by the way, they'd still tweet at me, and they're like, "Dude, he accidentally fell into drug trafficking," is what they say. Because if you don't know Shawn Ryan, he was a drug trafficking kingpin in South America for years, and then came back to the U.S. and now he's a huge podcaster, and apparently no one cares. No, apparently no one really gives a shit.
I guess that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point.
I mean,
never has clarified if it was contract work. None of that.
Former Navy SEAL. I've said that many, many times. It doesn't stop people from claiming that I secretly work there.
Yeah.
So, and I've always thought that maybe that was.
I mean,
there's many agencies, many agencies in many countries.
Challenged people too, because I think about it. I mean, it would be impossible. I mean, they might.
He's a spook. There's never been someone more. He's such a spook that he has to say stuff like this on podcasts. He has to constantly talk about the elephant in the room so much to convince you that the elephant you're seeing but he's not an extension of the elephant. But he's forced to talk about it. Decades ago you didn't have to do that. He would just be going on, like MSNBC or like Larry King in the 90s and stuff, and talking about his service and how great the CIA is and how we need to protect like the national security of the nation, and have a couple war stories here and there. Talking to Brian Williams about like some fucking secret mission he went on or some shit. And now he has to do this. Now he has to do this because, you know, we're able to comment. We have the internet now, so we can comment and, you know, we can view alternative sources of information to see how full of shit you are. Just exactly. We know you're full of shit. How full of shit are you?
They might have somebody, an operative, do a 5-hour interview. And they might say, hey, this is all we need you to get in that interview. It's this one fucking sentence. And so the whole other 5 hours could be complete bullshit, except for the one
Like
little
this
thing
one.
that they want injected into that interview
and
to
here's
create some
mine
type
now.
of a narrative. And I'm always trying to look out for that, but it would be impossible. It would be impossible to figure out what exactly that is if that operative is good. And they'll do other things like, they may do other things like, hey, we know that this happened. You're going to go to this show and you're going to talk about this. And then 2 weeks from now.
Wait, Shawn, how do you know they do that?
Now that's going to come out in the media, or we'll wait until
Shawn, how do
the
you know the
interviewer
exact?
releases that specific episode. And then 2 weeks after, we're going to release this to the press. And then they're going to say, this was said on this show by this person before it ever came out of the media. And then when it comes out in the media, because, right, everybody hates the media, but they still fucking watch it all the time. That builds credibility to the operative. You know what I mean? And then they go.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Okay,
He's
you're
like,
tracking.
and then I get
So
my check.
I'm watching it all around me.
And then
So,
I get
Do,
paid
do
money.
you feel that? Have you ever had a guest where you thought, huh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah,
That this person might be
yeah.
acting on behalf of an intel agency?
Got a couple of them.
Any confirmation on that?
No, gut instinct. I don't want to name a bunch of names because if they're not, I don't want to.
Of course.
I don't want to name my
but
coworkers.
I just did a really good interview with this guy, Blarum Scoro, who was an asset. He got recruited out of prison, and then he got recruited in prison by the CIA to, right after 9/11, to make friends with all of the Muslim Brotherhood, all the terrorists that were in there. And so he built a network in there. And then when he got out of prison, and so he would report back to the agency about, like, hey, this is what this guy has done. This is what he's a part of.
became an
These are the
analyst
people
for
he talks
NBC.
to. Because they all trusted him because this guy basically became like the head mullah of the prison system. And when he got out, agency gets back in touch with him and said, hey, you're going to use this network, and you're going to, your cover is going to be, you're building a Al-Qaeda cell in Macedonia. And so he would set up shop in Macedonia, and he would go into Pakistan and go into Afghanistan and Syria, Iraq, Iran, all these, Russia, all these places. And he would meet with the head of the Haqqani network, the head of the Taliban, the head of Al-Qaeda, like,
Fuck yeah, brother. Fuck yeah.
very, he didn't meet specifically with bin Laden, but he's like one step away.
I think guys that like love America and are super into like, the Shawn Ryan types. I think they're like in abusive relationships with the United States of America, where it's like they'll even say like, I don't want to be told the truth. I want you to lie to me to protect you. They lie to me to protect me because they love me. That's why they lie to me. Fuck yeah, brother. Hoorah. Hoorah. 4 wars, pointless deaths. All the wars for Israel. Hoorah, brother. Fuck yeah. I mean, he's also boring as shit to me. But Those guys see anybody who's animated as like they really love boring people. They don't. If you're animated, they think you're like flamboyant or gay or something. Like you got to be like, I'm gonna go get me. I'm gonna go down to the gun store. I'm gonna get me a couple shotguns. I'm gonna put it to the kidnapper's hand and say, you better give me my family back, or we're gonna have a problem. Guys that talk like that constantly. They never raise or lower their voice. They fantasize about killing people all day. I do wonder what the appeal is of like guys who are just super into war. I have a feeling as I get older, maybe I'll understand it. Because it might be the only thing that actually, like, once you get to a certain age, maybe it's the only thing that feels real. Is like, it's just like death counts, wars, battles, dates, shit like that. The taking someone else's life. All that stuff just sort of reaffirming you are actually alive and this is real. I don't really know. I don't get fetishizing war. I don't understand it. That to me is for kids. That's for kids who want to play like cowboys and Indians and stuff. You grow the fuck up, in my opinion. But again, I feel like in my 50s, maybe I'll be a Jarhead guy. Jarhead's my favorite movie. I know everything about being in the military, but I never even fought. I just do the military's bidding for completely free. No one pays me. I'm just like a veteran. I don't get paid. I don't get any benefits. My life doesn't benefit from it. I just sit around and just fantasize about like, feeding fucking. But I don't know. Maybe there was a thing too. I mean, Hemingway and all those guys loved doing it, but also he had a small dick. I kind of appreciate the guys more so like Faulkner that lied about their military service just so they didn't want to do it. That to me kicks more ass. I have sympathy for veterans. I'm not saying I don't have sympathy for them. Just the new face of all of this, the Call of Duty-ification of America's foreign policy and war and what we're doing, and the fact that it just kind of keeps going. And like, this is the guy, and given his history and everything, there is so much to unpack here, I feel like. So much to unpack. The fact that J.D. Vance has been in politics for like 2 or 3 years and then became the vice president of the United States, and his biggest funder and biggest donation ever from a candidate was Peter Thiel for $15 million. Co-founder of Palantir. Contractor for the CIA. Look up Project Lavender. Project Lavender is a AI software that Palantir has developed that the IDF uses to kill up to 20 to 25 civilians at a time if it means they can get one target. They don't care about civilian deaths. They don't care if they kill women and children. These automated systems that have permission to kill civilians. I mean, just look up Project Lavender. Do it on your own time. Look it up. This is the stuff that's rising to the top. Scares the shit out of me. I don't lose sleep over it because I don't think about it. I try not to. When I think about it, I think about it. And as soon as I stop thinking about it, I'm like, all right, I don't know, man. I'm in the middle of a book about a whale. I'm going to go read that and like take care of my kids. I can't be, to freak out over this stuff. You're just distracting yourself from living a real life. I'm not going to let this stuff distract me from living a real life. But if I meditate on this long enough, I'm like, man, I feel nothing but like terror and dread over this shit.
And
that's a dangerous job.
No kidding, man. That's the real Jason Bourne shit right there. And what he would do is say, hey, I'm recruiting because I'm setting up a terrorist cell in Macedonia. And then they would give him all of these weapons. They'd give him bombs, rocket launchers, guns, mines, and you name it. And then basically what he would do is tell him that shipment is he would take care of logistics, and to get that to Macedonia, But what he would really do is get it to the agency, and then supposedly they would destroy it.
Why do you say supposedly they would destroy it?
Well, who knows? You know, I don't know.
Love this long-winded
because
story.
I don't trust
fucking...
him. But so then
you don't trust
he
them.
has an assassination
But you're the
attempt.
one lying to them and setting up the whole thing.
CIA cuts
You're
him.
the one to be trusted, the professional liar.
He gets pissed off. He's still pissed off, rightly so.
How about I trust neither of you?
At the same time, I'm like, how do you think this works, man? Like, you got burned. They don't use burned assets. Like, you're irrelevant at this point. And then he started telling me about getting uranium out of Russia. And so we kind of had this discussion. And, you know, Russia's obviously a big topic of discussion. Some people think we should be in Ukraine. Some people don't. And some people think Russia's our ally. Some people don't. And I'm kind of like, this isn't really our war. Why are we involved? But I said, well, what are they going to do with these? And he said that they wanted to get them into the U.S. and it would kill 500,000 people. And I asked him if he thought he'd done that. But it didn't really fit in the interview. It didn't fit. You know what I mean? It did not fit in the interview.
Do I know what you mean? Yes. In fact, I was just thinking that as you were speaking.
Like we're talking about all these other things.
I don't trust this for a second.
And then all of a sudden we get to Russia. And so I just called him right there on the interview. I was like, you know what goes through my mind?
I'm a no bullshit guy.
I said, when's the last time you had contact with CIA?
Look, I'm a no bullshit guy. When I was running a drug trafficking ring in South America, I was a no nonsense, I was a rational guy. I'm no bullshit. Okay, I'm a Marine. When I was running drugs in 5 to 6 different countries and assembling my own mini cartel, I was fucking no nonsense. All right, I'll tell you to your face what I think about everything. Me, Shawn Palmisano. S-E-A-N Palmisano. As I'm formerly known as I'm currently known as Shawn Ryan. I'm a no bullshit guy. That's why I changed my name. That's why I changed my name from S-E-A-N to S-H-A-W-N. That's why I changed my name to vaguely look like Jack Ryan or some shit. For like Tom Clancy retards. For Jack Reacher mongoloids. Those types of people.
CIA.
That was exactly what I was just thinking.
And he said January 16th or something in 2022. Like, knew the exact date and got really flustered. And, I mean, I would probably be flustered too if somebody just said that and I wasn't. But I said, you know what goes through my head is what if somebody contacted you knowing you were coming on this show to say that you were getting uranium to Al-Qaeda to sneak into our country to blow us up? A lot of people want to see us go to war with Russia.
Did he tell you that Iran was trying to assassinate Donald Trump too?
No.
That's my favorite.
No.
Iran is trying to assassinate Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I called him on it.
Are people saying that? I haven't heard that.
Because it didn't fit in the interview, and it was almost like, shit, I lost my opportunity to insert this into the interview, so now I got to swing for the fence and just drop it. And it just immediately...
Yeah, man, I'll talk to everybody. And by that, I mean I'll make up fake people that don't exist to have arguments with across from people who are on my team.
Immediately clicked in my brain. And then I got paranoid again. I'm like, Jeremy, sorry, buddy, you got to fucking switch your phone out. Like, you've been texting with this guy who knows what came in. But I mean, you never really know. It's going to be a gut instinct, you know? And so, but
I got a gut instinct, Shawn.
Wanted to say that out loud because if they're watching, and they probably are, then they know that I know that I'm a target.
God damn these people, man. Party till I die. I keep come by and suck me till I'm dry. suck me till I'm dry, and I fuck lots of guys. I don't want to talk about Shawn Ryan anymore, but that I was like, it's just in my eyes. Like I had a stroke when I saw that. I was like, what? Yeah, there's a lot of bad guys out there who are doing contract work for the CIA. Yeah. A lot of guys who are double agents in the podcast world specifically. Yeah. All these guys, you got to look out for them. That's what you start doing when you've lost the narrative, by the way. That's what you do. That's what you do. When someone calls you like a liar, when you see someone get accused of being a liar or of like cheating on their wife or something, they go, oh, yeah, no, I cheat. I cheat on my wife. No, I'm a big liar. No, I'm the liar. Or they go like, no, a lot of guys cheat. Honey, no, I get it. Like, tons of my friends cheat. Like, I don't, though. Like, a lot of people do it. Oh, no, I'm a liar. No, I'm a liar. No, yeah. If someone's calm, collected, and stays in the pocket, I mean, they don't even entertain the, I'm hitting this pipe again.
My chain. My chain. My chain. My chain. Don't you like my chain?